Today on the channel, we're back at it with two dastardly foreigners from across the sea with the Great Muta and the Iron Sheik, WWE Superstars Series 14.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Superstars unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back at it with Series 14 with Great Muta and the Iron Sheik. But for all your WWE Superstar needs, I got no idea at this point. It is a mess. We talk about it all the time. Most frustrating toy line to collect in the history of toy lines. I said it, Todd, even more frustrating than some of yours. Just a wild time with this WWE Superstars line, as we all know. We're all living that superstar struggle if you are collecting this line. However, a little bit of a bright spot the last couple of weeks. There was SummerSlam shippers, and I say there was as they came and went very fast in my area. But these were on the sides of one of the shippers. So once again, adding extra challenge to us Superstars collectors here, as it seems like every single shipper got hit by a bus along the way. No clue what happened with that there, but every figure is basically damaged or crushed. There's a few good ones. Very difficult for a collector like myself who is trying to get a loose copy, but also mint on card unpunched set of these figures. But after many a shippers finding everything, I did find all the sets. I found everything. However, like a lot of people, missing the Great Muta Chase Edition. He does have a Chase Edition. And missing the Jake the Snake Roberts Chase Edition. And I need to get two of those Jakes. One to unbox, one on the card, of course, unpunched. Same thing with Muta, but Muta is a 2-in-1 figure. We're going to see it with this one right here. So we need to track down 3 of the Chase Great Mutas. Just a wild thing here. But you know, I always say it. I always take that step back. Part of the fun of toys for me is the hunt. The hunt is fun. It's also very frustrating. But if you could just go to every single store and find whatever you want whenever you wanted it, I think it would take a lot of enjoyment out of the hobby for me personally. Maybe not you. But one thing we're going to do here today at this very table is we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Thought I'd do these two together. Two dastardly foreigner heels. Stereotypical foreign heels of the 80s. I guess even into the 90s too. With the Iron Sheik and the Great Muta. And we're going to start off the Iron Sheik because we're going to go. He came first, so we're going to go there. We're going to work our way to Great Muta. A lot to talk about Muta here, but with it being a 2-in-1 figure. But the Iron Sheik, a character that was made for the Superstars line. I think we can all agree on that. And one cool thing about this is we get a little bit of a tribute back to his LJN figure once upon a time with this one as well. So very cool to get the Iron Sheik in the Superstars line. We do know Nikolai Volkov is coming down the way. Can't wait to get that one to pair up with the Sheik as well. But now we're going to dive into the figure here. Sheiky baby on the package there. Of course, Sheik died, 2 years ago, maybe, something like that. The Iron Sheik right there. I met the Iron Sheik one time. Didn't have any issues with him. He was working that gimmick pretty good at the end of his career, I think. But he was just kind of there, hanging out with Bob Backlund. Oh, two old chums right there, just living it up, of course. Sheik looking good. Superstars, as we know. Series 14, beware that camel clutch. Of course, got the cross cell down here. We are going to unbox Diesel and Zeus in a separate video, so stay tuned for that, of course. On the back, what's it say here? Master of the camel clutch. Looks like Camel cigarettes over here there. Cameraman, zoom in. Okay. I make you humble. So some classic Sheikisms on the back right there, if there ever was one. But looking good. Once again, Sheik belongs in this series. I'm glad they got him in there. Going to be interesting. See you later. Goodbye. Where this all goes the next couple of weeks, San Diego Comic-Con. See you later. Goodbye. We know it's right around the corner. We're going to get some more Superstars announcements. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with there. I am hoping somewhere in that announcement is, hey, we're also going to sell these on Mattel Creations. Or, hey, they're no longer a Walmart exclusive. They're open to everybody. I would love to see maybe something like that. Not sure if we will, though. Not sure if we will. I'm going to cut this out here. Of course, we get the baggie here. And, you know, Sheik's been known to have a baggie or two in his time, as we know. But this one, see you later, goodbye. Full of extra hands. And then we got the old Sheik in the plastic prison there. And, of course, you got to lock the Sheik down. You got to lock the Sheik down. Just like that one night with him and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, never forget. Never forget. Oh, he's locked down his legs, too. Oh, my goodness. They don't want Sheiky Baby going anywhere. He's a flight risk. And it's tough in the 80s. Of course, you're doing some drugs, you get pulled over. That's not good. But then you're one of the most dastardly heels, of course, of all time, especially in that time of the 80s. That's a tough night in the slammer for the Sheik, I bet. There it is. Plastic prison. See you later. Spin. Goodbye. And let's dive into old Sheiky Baby right here. See what's going on with him. Now, we do get extra hands as usual. So we do get the 2 splayed out hands right here. We do get 2 Sheiky Fists of Fury. He's going to be throwing some punches in bunches. And he also has the what you gonna do, brother. He's going to tell you like it is. Sheiky style is what he's going to do right there. So looking pretty good in the hand department. And then we do get the traditional He-Man hands out of the package. I don't think I'll be using these for Sheik. I want a little bit more expression in my Sheik, of course. But now diving into the Iron Sheik, definitely looks like the Sheik. There's no mistaking it. Of course, that mustache. Haven't seen a mustache like this since Tony Khan's dad. Yeah, Tony Khan's dad rocks that Iron Sheik mustache as well. Nice and flowing. I might need to get back to that. I had one of those at once upon a time. I might need to get back to that in my old age. I think I will. But looking good in the Sheik. Bald head, of course. No doubt in my mind, I see this. I know that's the Iron Sheik. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and a mustache you can set your watch to. What more do you want? Nothing. That's what. You do get the headdress here, of course. Looking good. I could see some reuse of this in the future as well. Maybe they can get an Abdullah the Butcher. Maybe they can get a Sabu via Mattel. And obviously many more Iron Sheiks. Maybe Muhammad Hassan. Who knows? I doubt it, but you never know. But nice and red with the gold around the top. Looking very good right there. No shirt on the Sheik here, but the Sheik's been working out, as you can see. Got that crazy over body there. Very, very nice looking Sheik right there. Now, I do like the attention to detail, giving us a little LJN tribute in those shorts there. Very crazy looking shorts, looking very, very good. Got the socks up over the top with the stripe, very old school style. And then you got the classic Sheik boots, which I was wondering if they were going to give him these, but then I thought back, I believe it was Xavier Woods and the Masters of the WWE Universe line, I think, had these same, so I'm sure they're reused from that. You got to get the most out of your molds, and that's one thing that's amazing with this He-Man body style, because you got the Thundercats collection, you got the Origins collection, you got the Masters WWE Universe, Turtles of Grayskull, you got the Superstars. There's enough parts in the parts bin now where you can play in a huge sandbox, especially for customizers. So very cool to see that. But we do get these shorts on here. They're soft, good shorts. Very, very cool right here that underneath you get the classic Sheik trunks underneath there. Man, oh man. Now I regret it a little bit. I should have probably bought an extra one of these. It wouldn't be bad to display Sheik wrestling and Sheik in his entrance gear. I don't know. Maybe I'll play a little bit of that long game, see if I come across another Sheik in the future. I'm holding out hope that the shipper isn't just over with, that they're going to get some straight cases. And I think Steve Ozier from Mattel posted in, maybe it was the wrestling figure board, something like that. But there is always the summer reset at Walmart. I believe it is coming here in a couple of weeks, about the same time as San Diego Comic-Con. Just got to remember, just because the reset says it's starting 7/25, for example, usually Walmarts have 3 to 4 weeks to get that reset done. So don't expect it overnight, but somewhere in that 3 to 4 weeks window, they will get that done. And I believe he said Superstars were going to be back out on the pegs in all stores, probably get some of this stock. So fingers crossed on that one. Hopefully I can find that unpunched Muta. Hopefully I can find the unpunched Jake Chase. We'll see what happens there. But diving into Sheik right here, arms all the way around for him, single jointed elbow. Of course, we've seen this before, side to side, hands removable, head removable, back forth, side to side, waist articulation, big old Sheiky splits if you do need them. Single jointed knee. I will say the knees always scare me on these superstars. They're always feel like they could break on you, so always be careful of that. We learned our lesson with Andre the Giant. That was a New Year's Day unboxing like 2 years ago on the channel. One of the all-time worst unboxings. Don't watch it, trust me. You don't want to see me blow up and get all mad. Ankles back forth, side to side. The usual superstars articulation. Ready to go for the Iron Sheik here. Not a bad piece of business. I love the 2-in-1 action on a lot of these. And this Sheik is kind of cool. You could take the pants off this one and use it with one of your Elite Sheiks if you really wanted to as well. But now, for me personally, the Great Muta trumps the Sheik. I know, it's crazy, but he definitely does for me. I love the Great Muta as a kid in the NWA. That's what this represents in my brain right here. And it is a 2-in-1 figure, which we'll get into here in a second. But you got the Great Muta on the package there. And how about Great Muta? He's just getting so many figures. We got the Ultimate Edition with Chase. We got the Superstars with Chase. We got the WWE Monday Night Wars Edition with Chase. We got Target Legends, what is it, 27. No Chase with that one, just straight up. Have to imagine, of course, at San Diego Comic-Con, they'll probably announce a retro Great Muta. Would love to see that with a retro Terry Funk as well. It writes itself. Let's get that done. I'm hoping to see that at San Diego Comic-Con. But Muta looking very good there. And then on the back, of course, Great Muta looking good. And I wouldn't mind a main event Great Muta along the way. There's got to be some deep cut look or something they could do from that. We'll see what happens. It does say the Great Muta, Poison Mist, Natural Born Master. Oh, obey your master, Metallica style, of course. Plastic Prison, see you later, goodbye. Just torn up packaging, which I don't mind because I'm unboxing it, but nothing worse than trying to get a mint on card one and just cannot for the life of yourself be able to track it down. Very difficult sometime, but thankfully I did get a mint unpunched Muta, and I did get an extra one, which you're going to see here in a second. So we can display both looks with this one in this very video. Bam! Baggy style, see you later, goodbye. Plastic Great Muta Prison, and then of course, chained up. All these foreigners got a rough bill back in the 80s and the end of the 90s, of course. Okay, always dangerous. You know, everybody's scared of that guy from the Orient. He's wearing face paint, spit and mist around. He's a dangerous individual. We don't want anything to do with him. Just hard times. Nobody wanted to get to know the real Great Muta and what's inside his heart. I understand that. I understand that. And here we go. Twist ties, get out of here. Bam! See you later, off to the side, I guess, is what we got there. We got the Great Muta out of the package. Oh, baby. Let's dive into it. I guess let's start with the hands first. We got the stereotypical He-Man hands out of the package. Great Muta gonna hitchhike across the sea, maybe back to Japan. I don't know what he's up to. We do get the splayed out hands right here, much like we got with Sheik. And then we get two fists of Great Muta Fury as well. Love that the right hand has paint on it, of course. Great Muta style. He's gonna load it up. We know how he does. We're hip to his games by now. We know what's going on there. We do get a kendo stick. Looking good, but it is broken. And we've seen this before, I think, like in main event basic figures, but cool enough to get this one with Great Muta here. And always good for other toy lines, elite lines if you need it. But you do get the broken stick, looking pretty good. And then once again, we've seen these before, but good to have extras of these. We saw these for the first time with the Ultimate Edition. Have to imagine we'll see these with an Asuka figure sooner rather than later as well. But you do got the mist here, the poison mist in green or the red. Personally, I'd rather be hit with the green mist. If somebody asks me, which one do you want? It's more poison, I think, but it's also got a little bit of Oakland A's feel to it. So I'm here for that as well. But you do got two mists, choose your own mist adventure. And speaking of adventure, let's choose our own head adventure. And I'm a guy that loves head on a daily basis, of course. And two heads are better than one, as we know. Just really is a pick 'em if you're only buying one, but I'm a big enough Great Muta fan. I had to pick up two copies of this figure so I could display both head sculpts. Looking good with the white and the red. Really a pick 'em at the end of the day. Really a pick 'em. You got that classic Muta hair going on. You got those black lips. You got the hole in the mouth, which you can't see, but you can stick the mist right in there, of course. Two eyes, a nose, a mouth, two ears. Playing all those Great Muta hits, of course, straight from the Orient. Not sure what the writing on his face says, if it's supposed to say anything, but man, it makes him look extra menacing, of course. And I would say the white face paint looks more menacing. Is that me? I don't know. You guys tell me. But looking good right there, old Great Muta. He's got some chest hair painted on. Would have been a perfect opportunity for real fur chest hair, but I think they're saving that for the variant George Animal Steel. They just announced him for the Superstars line sooner rather than later, and I think they're going to shock the world. They're going to shock the world at San Diego Comic-Con. He's going to have real fur all over him. Probably not. Probably not. Now, articulation can be identical to the Sheik, so we don't need to walk through that either. Ripped up body, torso, we know that. Very plain Jane on the bottom half. Just red pants down here, down to the red shoes, red boots with the white trim. Great for customizers. This is a fun line for customizers. This is a pretty good body for customizers. If you need a plain body style, this do pretty good for you right here. But looking good. You got the red and black attack on the wrist tape right there as well. I forgot to mention that. But he does look very, very good. I'm here for all the Muta figures. You know that by now. Of course, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Yes, he does. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But I did grab another Great Muta. I unboxed it right before we got to it here, so I could display both head sculpt looks. And you could take it one further, get two more of them, one with the mist, one without the mist. I'm not going that deep into it, but I do need to track down two loose Chase editions and then an unpunched Chase edition, which I don't welcome that hunt, but you know, that's what makes you stronger. It makes you stronger at the end of the day. But we got two of the most feared foreigners of the 80s into the early 90s with the Iron Sheik and Great Muta here. What's your guys' thoughts? I'm sure your sentiments are very similar to mine on the Superstars. And the one thing about the Superstars line is, I think a lot of us complain that we can't get them, but if we're patient enough, and you got to wait, unfortunately, unlike Mattel Elites or the Basics, whatever it may be, it seems like the Superstars get out to some online places, overseas shops, things. It just takes about 8 months later to hit in decent quantities in the United States, at least for us here. And I don't know about Canada, but I think that's part of the challenge. I've seen every single figure at store. It's just, I don't see it as soon as my brain thinks I should be seeing it. It's like 6 to 8 months later is when I start seeing it. So very strange, but we've talked about it ad nauseum, almost as much as Power Town on the channel. And I've even talked about a deep dive in my podcast, cheap plug for that, The Kyle Peterson Show. I went through a little bit of the distribution and why we get this kind of stuff, a little bit of how the tea is made. So check out The Kyle Peterson Show for all kinds of business hat knowledge on top of everything else. And my wife, Angie, joins me, and she's better to look at than me. I've been told repeatedly lately it's really hurting my ego. So shame on you. Yeah, you. Yeah, there you go. But check out The Kyle Peterson Show wherever podcasts are found, videocast on YouTube. Check out YouTube channel memberships. Check out the Patreon for bonus content, early content. You guys know by now, a lot going on over there. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. So for the great Muta, Iron Sheik, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Get that real guitar.